Hey guys, thanks for joining me for another Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia video. Today we are going to do a BT token guide for the month of March. So, one disclaimer I'm going to put at the very beginning is I am recording this before the community stream. So if they announce anything like new or like global first, that won't be included in this video. Just know that if they did do that, I would probably recommend the BT for whatever that is, or if they do like a big time travel or something, because those are usually pretty good if they do that. But I'm going to base this off the JP timeline, what we are expecting to get this month. I do expect the community stream to be pretty standard. I think if there were any global first things, it would maybe be like events, maybe another Dare to Defy, something like that. But I'm not expecting like a new character or like a time travel or anything like that this month. But we'll see. You never know, right? Like there could be anything in there. So what I do in this video is I'm going to talk about all the characters that are going to be releasing in this month or very close to this month. And who I would recommend use your BT tokens on. If you have 50 BT tokens ready to go, you want to spend them, or you might have tokens in your box that are about to expire, so you need to buy somebody. Obviously, if you're a veteran player, you're going to have a ton of BTs. You might just pick up any character that you need, right? Like that totally could be a thing. But I'm going to try to focus on characters that are going to be relevant this month, that are coming out this month. So I'm going to start with Sarah and Charlotta. Now, technically, Sarah and Charlotta are April characters, but they are like the very, very beginning of April. And what typically happens is those on the JP timeline, the characters that are right at the beginning of a month, they usually come out the month before, in like the last couple of days. So Sarah and Charlotta very easily could come out like March 27th, 28th, 29th, something like that. So I'm going to talk about them in this video. So Charlotta, she's a character that we're very familiar with, very good Brave Game character. I think her BT is actually very important to making her look very good. So she's definitely usable without it, but if Charlotta's a character you like and you're going to use her, her BT wouldn't be a bad pickup. Sarah, same thing. Sarah, for those of you unfamiliar, she is a very good support character slash debuffer. But I would say this, if you're planning to use Sarah, and you can maybe wait to decide till like closer when I do character guides and stuff on her, for her updated one. But her BT actually gives her follow-ups anytime that the enemies are debuffed. So anytime characters typically get follow-ups or extra attacks with their BT, they're usually BTs you want, because it's going to heavily impact the damage that they deal. So with Sarah and Charlotta, I'm not going to say like go out of your way, they're like must grab BTs, but what I am going to say is if they're characters you're planning to use, you probably want their BTs, right? Alright, next page, we've got Minwoo, Tifa, and Vivi. So let's start with Vivi. Vivi is another new BT that will be coming out this month. And I know there's a lot of Vivi fans out there, right? Basically what his BT does, it's going to have pretty competitive generic auras and buffs like most BTs have. And then the other thing, the unique thing that it does is it gold frames his own buffs, which is pretty cool, right? And what they'll probably do is whatever fight they have, the bosses will probably try to dispel you a bunch, so the gold frames will protect them. They'll probably do something like that, right? Vivi, I don't think is a BT you need to like go crazy and go out of the way. You're out of the way to get. If you like Vivi, he's probably going to be usable without it. Like I don't think gold framing his buffs is going to be like game breaking. Obviously, characters are going to look better though with their BT auras than without them. So if you love Vivi and you want to like full invest them, sure, grab the BT. I don't think Vivi is going to be personally high on my list for BTs to grab this month, right? Then we've got Tifa and Minwoo. Tifa and Minwoo are characters you've seen on my channel probably quite a bit. I've talked about quite a bit. These are both very good BTs I could recommend. Minwoo, it gives him double traps, which is super impactful, especially if you're using an off-turn FR. It means you get double ticks on the HP gauge. It's double doing damage. Just incredibly good BT. So Minwoo's is one I would highly recommend. Tifa, also a BT I would highly recommend, especially if you're going to use her. Her BT gives her double follow-ups, which heavily increases her damage. And as a damage dealer, I would say her BT is imperative to making her look her best. So yes, Minwoo and Tifa would both be BTs I would highly, highly recommend this month. Next page, we've got, now, don't freak out that you see Kadaj. Kadaj is not getting a BT, but this is the new character this month who's called Neon. And I just put Kadaj there because Neon has very similar hair to Kadaj, right? So we'll talk about Neon here in just a second, but we've got Emperor. Emperor, I would say, is a definitely, like, nope, you don't need to go for that BT. I mean, if you love Emperor and you're going to play him, but it's pretty generic. It's just generic buffs. Emperor's a trap-based character, so he definitely can be good, like, but you don't have to have his BT for him to be good. It's kind of similar to what I was talking about with Vivi, right? It's like, yep, you'll get more buffs with it, the team's gonna look better with it, but you need to have it for him to be usable? No, you definitely don't, right? Cloud of Darkness, this is a character that's been around a long time. Her BT's been around forever and ever and ever. What I always say about Cloud of Darkness is if you're going to use Cloud of Darkness, greening her BT is pretty dang important because her BT gives follow-ups. And that's, I think, one of the main draws. I mean, Cloud of Darkness is also known as a very good delay character, but I would say the follow-ups are almost like, to me, the more important part of her kit. To me, that's the bigger draw because follow-ups are just so good in FR. So, yes, if you're going to use Cloud of Darkness, then you want to have her BT for sure. Now, Cloud of Darkness, I don't think is a character you need to go crazy and try to pull for this month. It's only if Cloud of Darkness is a favorite and you're planning to use them a bunch, then yeah, it's a character you probably want the BT, but it's not like one I would highly recommend this month in general. Now, Neon's kind of a cool character, and because Neon's new, like, I'm probably going to go for it. So Neon is a fire damage character, and Neon does true fire enchant like Lulu does, right? Now, what's cool is Neon has a really cool debuff called Fire of Wrath, and this is a stacking debuff. And what it does is if it's at max stacks, anytime you deal fire damage, you get rainbow numbers. And rainbow numbers are insanely powerful, and it's a very rare mechanic in the game, right? So what's cool about her BT is the Fire of Wrath stacks will go down, like, consistently as you go through the fight. So you want to keep that debuff at 5 stacks. Well, her BT makes it so that those don't lose stacks. So while the BT effect is up, and because she's true fire enchanting, like your party is going to be dealing fire damage, basically, while her BT effect is up, you're always doing rainbow numbers, which is kind of insane and kind of fun, right? So, you know, we'll look as it gets closer as to how impactful Neon is going to be just as a character. But to me, Neon just sounds cool enough, fun enough. Fire damage isn't like the most common thing, especially true fire enchant. And Lulu is just kind of like dog water, like she's always been pretty bad. So to have a fire true enchanter that could actually be pretty good is kind of fun. So what I'll say is this, like Neon probably wouldn't be like the #1 BT to grab this month, but I think because the character sounds fun and interesting and it's new, like nobody's going to have it, I do think it would be a very fun BT to pick up. And like some of the other characters I've talked about, I feel like if you're going to use Neon, you want the BT effect because that does add a lot to the kit, and it's going to have like general BT buffs to it as well. But the idea that my party could just be doing a ton of rainbow numbers sounds really, really fun to me. So I definitely think I'm going to go for Neon this month for sure. I know this isn't my poll plan video. I'll do that separately. But yeah, I think it could be a very fun BT to grab, right? Okay, and then I think this is the last page I'm going to talk about. We've got Terra, who's getting her FR. Or wait, Terra already has an FR, right? It's just a rework maybe for Terra. This is bad. Do I even remember this? Yeah, Terra's already got an FR. So Terra's getting a rework. So Terra and Warrior of Light, I would say their BTs aren't super necessary at all. Terra's is just generic buff, so just kind of like what I talked about the other characters. Yes, Terra will be better with it, but do you need to have it? No, you definitely don't. Warrior of Light has always been a character who's probably had one of the least necessary BTs in the game, just because Warrior of Light does what he does so well without it. Now, if you have the BT effect, you know, Warrior of Light's big thing is that he has shields. It helps you, it has a ton of, like, buffs and auras with it, which is good. But it lets you, like, scale, like, I think Brave Regen scale off of your shields. So it does really help your Brave Regen. So if you really like Warrior of Light, and he's got an FR coming, so he's definitely going to be, like, super relevant again, the BT will definitely help him look better, but it's not a must-have. Like, Warrior of Light LD only, because you're just getting the shields, like, he will still do shield stuff. He's never been, like, a crazy damage dealer, so I don't think you have to worry about getting his FR BT, honestly, and he's still going to be a fantastic character to use, right? And then we've got Garnet. Garnet is coming back, and she is getting an FR. And Garnet is just, since the 4th year anniversary, just been a goddess in the game. Very, very ridiculously good character. I think I would recommend her BT this month. Her BT has very good auras and buffs with it, but the big thing is you get Immaculate Judgment, which at the end of that Immaculate Judgment buff, you're going to get a really powerful, like, follow-up attack at the end of it. Very, very good. I think Garnet is a character that a lot of people either already have or, like, would use. Garnet is still, like, one of the better supports in the game. I would consider her a top-tier support. So and it's a character you're going to use a lot. So characters you're going to use a lot to me are worth investment, and they're worth like going all in on the kits. So yes, Garnet would probably be a top recommendation this month for BTs. So if I were to kind of summarize for you, I would say Garnet, and then I would go ahead and say like Minwu Tifa. Yeah, I would say Garnet, Minwu, Tifa. Those would probably be my top picks this month for BT. I think you can make good rationale for a lot of the characters this month, right? And if you want to pick up one of the new FR characters and get their new BTs, like that's totally fine. I think obviously any of these characters are going to be much better with their BTs, but to me those are probably like the top ones to be aiming for this month. So you can let me know what you think. You can let me know if you're going to buy any BTs with tokens this month. I don't think I'm going to have tokens to buy one this month, but to me Neon would be one that I personally might get just because I already have a lot of these BTs, right? And I could possibly go in with Neon on tickets and then buy the BT. So we'll see where my BT tokens are at, but I might grab Neon myself personally. So let me know what y'all think. Thanks for watching. We'll catch y'all on the next one.